What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Front Club, where we discuss all things Tesla. It's your boy Los here, and many of you guys probably remember a couple of weeks ago when we installed these awesome cyber lights from our friends over at Hansshow on my Tesla Model Y. And if you saw that install video, you probably noticed that through the install process, there was one thing that I did that probably wasn't the best way of doing it. As you guys know, I've said it before, I'm a DIYer just like you guys, and I'm learning as I go as well sometimes. And many of you got into the comments and told me, hey Los, the way you ran those wires through the grommet probably wasn't the best way because it could possibly bring up some more issues in the future. So I've heard you guys loud and clear. I've done a little bit of research, and I'm going to go ahead and try to re-snake those wires a different way like you guys suggested, so that it's a cleaner install and hopefully allows us to not have any issues in the future. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, guys, so the first thing we need to do in order to make this correction is we're going to remove this cover right here, and we're going to remove all of our molding. We don't have to remove all of it from the bottom here, but at least from the top and the sides here, so that we have some room to work. And then we're going to go ahead, unplug our lights cable from these lights here. And the cable I'm referring to are the ones that connect these lights to our lift gate, which is pretty much what we're going to go ahead and snake through this rubber grommet here in the back and through the headliner and inside of the vehicle. So let's go ahead and get that done. What I've gone ahead and done is I've removed all of our molding from the back of the car here so that I can get access to these panels. As you can see, we have our cables right here. These are the ones that go right into from our tail lights into our lift gate to provide power and connection to our cyber lights and our lift gate lights. So now what we're going to go ahead and do, as many of you guys remember, we've ran our cables through the grommet so that they come from our tail lights into the actual lift gate. Now I've used a thin zip tie here, which I've snaked through from this side coming out of the body of the vehicle right here. Now we'll go ahead and with some black electrical tape, we will tie this to the zip tie and gently snake that through so that the cables come out through here. And then we'll go ahead and run it down the plastic where we need to so that we can connect it to the taillights. All right, guys, so now that I've gone ahead and used some tape to tape it to our zip tie, now I will gently and slowly and carefully pull this through while pushing down a little bit to kind of create a little gap here so that I can pull these cables through the body of the vehicle and back out through these moldings right here. And you definitely want to be gentle with this, guys. You don't want to obviously end up damaging anything. So I'm taking my time here. Now we still have a little bit to pass here, but I also want to be able to pull accordingly, because as you guys know, we snaked both cables at the same time. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure you cover. As you can see, guys, I used a lot of tape because I wanted to make sure I protected these little connections here. We don't want to end up damaging anything because that would suck, of course. So, all right. Now that we have them separated, I can focus on which one I'm trying to bring and which one has a little more slack than the other. Go ahead and re-secure this grommet here without any obstructions like we had before, so that there's no issues there. And we can re-secure this grommet right here as well. And again, now we don't have any obstructions that could create any issues, as many of you guys mentioned in the comments before. So there we are. Happy about that. Now, of course, we have two cables. You have your cable that goes down to We have our cable that goes, of course, down this way, right down here, which is this one right here. And we'll make sure that we snake that along the right way. And then we have this one that comes down this way. And we will make sure again that we have pulled all the slack out of this. And then that will come this way, back down the molding. As you guys have seen before, we can bring it right underneath inside the vehicle this time. And of course, out of our way, and then we can reconnect this to the lights there. And then same thing here on this side. Go ahead and make sure that we bring this cable right down here. In order to do that, I do want to make sure that I am passing it around any obstructions. Now, I'll be honest, this is kind of why I had originally passed it the way I did, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, this way of doing it is definitely not easy by any means. But do we have enough? It looks like we have enough slack there to do it this way. Right here, I don't have to do any more craziness. All right. All right. Now that we've got that there, guys, we can go ahead and make sure that all these clips are back in. And we can push this here all alongside the molding, all the way in. And now we can go ahead and reconnect our lights like we had before. And go ahead and secure these here as well. Hide these here inside the vehicle. Make sure all our panels are back, and now we can resecure our molding. Now we shouldn't have any issues, guys. Obviously, as I mentioned before, first time I did this, as you guys saw, I ran it on the outside. This time we've corrected that. Now everything is on the inside as it should be, per your guys' suggestions, which I always appreciate. And now that we're done rewiring that little portion of the install, guys, this is what everything looks like. Nice and clean. As you can see, everything is how it came factory. You don't have any wires like you had before. As you can see, everything is going through the body of the car, up the headliner, and out through the grommet, and of course back up into the lift gate. And yeah, everything seems to be working nice and good, just as it should. And let's see here. Beautiful. Well, there you have it, guys. Now we have a nice clean install that won't create any problems in the future with moisture or any of the other issues that you guys pointed out that could potentially happen with the way I had previously ran the cables. So I really appreciate all of you guys that sounded off in my comments on my previous video to let me know what I had done wrong and how to correct it. As you guys can see, I'm always listening to your feedback because, like I said before, I'm a DIYer just like you guys, and I'm learning as I go as well sometimes. So I hope that this helped you guys out if you're looking to install these lights. Now, I know that this is a shortened video really focusing on that portion of the install, but if you'd like to go ahead and see the full install, go ahead and check out the previous video. But just remember to do it this way when you're getting to transfer those wires from your taillights up into the liftgate, you want to go ahead and run them the way I did in this video to make sure that those wires are ran inside of the vehicle through your plastic moldings, up the liner, and out the grommet into your liftgate, versus just going ahead and pulling out on the grommet and just snaking them through like that, because as many of you guys mentioned in the past, that could create a moisture issue, which we obviously want to avoid. But anyways, guys, if you found this video helpful, please consider going ahead and subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified when I post my next Tesla video. And as always, thank you guys for hanging out with me here at the Front Club. Till next time.